Do you remember on Saturday Night Live when was it Seth Meyers used to do the report? You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about?
the daily.
He would end it by throwing his pen at the camera.
Pencil.
Whatever.
Yes, correct.
A pencil. Okay. So
his was like a real pencil, but yeah, go ahead.
I don't have one of those, and I dropped it now. I got another one. All right.
Okay.
I just have a cup holder right here, ready to go. Can't move it and show you because it's holding up my light. So it's a real situation here. But wonder if just
very nice.
Lost that pencil as well. It went behind the desk.
Well, around the horn, Tony Reali.
Around the horn.
Around
Did
the horn.
Did he try that?
He does a piece of paper at the end of the episode. He like
I feel like we need to have something.
And he's always far away, so it never hits the camera.
We should have something though.
I gotta post it.
Oh, so do I.
Oh, I actually hit it. I was
Did you
flush. Yeah.
Go ahead, try it again. Ready? 3, 2. I was counting down.
Oh, my bad.
3, 2, 1. One more time. Get it!
I gotta find it.
Yeah, I thought you had posted, so you have unlimited. Or are you trying to recycle it?
Yeah, just use the same one. What are you talking about? Don't need post-its all over the place.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, a little high.
I think I crushed it again. I'm killing it right now. Just saying.
Office Olympics. Oh. We should have a TPC Office Olympics.
It's a good idea. I don't know how we'll make it work, but we'll do it.
No. You know what hot take alert. Didn't like that episode in The Office. I know it's like one of the most iconic episodes.
So,
but I just didn't like it.
I remember the Olympics aspect of it, but they do the Olympics because Michael is not in the office. So what was
he's going to get his new condo.
Oh,
and
that's right.
Dwight came with him.
Closing on his new condo. That's a good one.
No, it's not. I didn't like it because I feel like it was one of the first episodes where they explored outside of the office.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It was clearly California and not Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Is that why?
Yeah. Because they walked out and they were like, "That's my house over there." No, It's that one. And there's like palm trees and stuff.
In rows of condos. Rows and rows of condos.
Not one place in Scranton, Pennsylvania where that exists.
Well, now there is, but not in 2004.
No, Scranton was a pit in 2004. Still kind of is, but now I guess with rows of condos.
Well, they're really not in Scranton. They're on the outskirts of Scranton, but yeah.
So not even in Scranton. All right. Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Penguins Collective Podcast. My name is Louie.
My name is Josh.
And we're two brothers who love to talk about hockey.
Especially the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, big important thing about those Pittsburgh Penguins. The captain, the legend, the GOAT, Sidney Crosby, has yet to sign an extension, Josh. And he was just in Vegas. I believe it was Vegas. You can fact check me. Hopefully it's not nauseating to go ahead and take a look at that. But you can fact check me on that.
Get ABC right on that.
Yeah. Dave, help me out there. But it's Josh, we're not political here.
Sorry.
We don't talk about politics like the Stooges on Penguins Twitter. Okay? Sports, politics. Get that out of there. Okay? Anyway, Sidney Crosby was in Vegas. And He had some comments about his extension, and it was a good one. Okay?
Yeah.
First one, we got a little quotes for you. It's almost like as if we're a real show.
Louie's been putting in the work.
I copy and paste. Copy paste. See it on Twitter.
Still work.
I'll take it. Anyway, first quote. Sidney Crosby was asked, "Hey, you're old. We see some grays in there. How long you playing?" You know what he says? Oh, as long as possible. I butchered it. As long as I possibly can.
It's okay. It's all right. The sentiment was still there.
It was there. I was paraphrasing.
Yeah.
As long as I possibly can, says Sidney Crosby. So good to know that we'll have Crosby for another 10 years. It's good. Good to know. And also, obviously follow-up questions. All right, well, as long as you want to play as long as you want, that's great. What about the extension? The contract extension. Well, he says, I think something will get done. It's just a matter of, at my age, just trying to figure out, I think, how many years. It's hard to project at this point. It's kind of a year-to-year thing. Josh, when you see that, what does that mean to you? As a fan, as, say, you're a GM, you're watching him answer these questions, what does that mean?
Well, it was something that, I don't know what episode it was, but one of the episodes where we were talking about this extension and what we would do, what we would like to see. And I said I wouldn't be surprised if he does a, small extension and then from there go year to year. So for now, it actually seems like he wants to do the year to year thing now. So, which I'm all for. I'm fine with that. You want to just do a 1 year, 10 to somewhere in the 10 to 15 mil range. That's fine. Yeah, let's make it happen. Go for it. I think the issue is I don't know if Kyle Dubas wants that. I think Kyle Dubas,
he wants to lock him in.
I think he wants to lock him in
because I don't think Kyle Dubas wants to be here as long if Crosby's out sooner.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying? He came here for Sid, and now Sid's like, maybe like a year or two left. And he's like, oh, I don't like that. I want you here longer. I think, but I could also be completely wrong about that. Kyle Dubas, there has been reports from Elliot Friedman that has said that Kyle Dubas has given him 3-year, 4-year, 5-year options as a contract.
Yeah, and
what?
2-year.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, that's what we're talking about. 1 year, 2 years. But he was sending 3 to 4. I think he's just so desperate to sign Sid, which is a great sign. It means that he's going to retire a Penguin. So no matter what he signs, he's going to retire a Pittsburgh Penguin.
Yeah, I sure hope so. Unless, worst case scenario, let's just say he does this year by year thing, signs this year, next year, he's like, I don't want to keep losing. So instead of retiring, he does go somewhere else. I'm just saying, I'm spitballing here.
No way.
I don't want it to happen.
I refuse. I don't think that'll ever happen. I think Sidney Crosby. Josh! How dare you compare Tom Brady to Sidney Crosby?
We're not allowed to compare goats to goats. Sorry.
No, because there's some goats that are above other goats.
Yeah, that's fair, but they're still the goats of their league.
Sidney Crosby. No, listen. Sidney Crosby, I think, I'm just dismissing it and moving on. Sidney Crosby, I think was answering it first of all, you can't give too much away because there's current negotiations between his agent and his GM, Kyle Dubas. But I honestly believe Sidney Crosby is going to sign a 3-year deal. I genuinely believe that just because paired up with his Or, I'm sorry, 2-year deal. 2-year deal. I take
Yeah.
it back. Reel it in. The reason why is because Malkin and Letang's contract ends in 2 years. This is something we previously talked about on our podcast. Sid wants to retire and go out with the 3. Or make a decision about the future of the 3 when they're all done at their contract. They all end in 2 years. This upcoming season and the following season. I think Sidney Crosby will sign an extension for 2 years. 8.7 per year. Hopefully. He takes a little price cut, but not a big price cut because that's still a lot per year. So I still think he's going to get 8.7 mil per year. That's 2 years. That's a great contract. That falls into what Kyle Dubas has been doing with these free agents, with this extensions that he's already been doing. 2 years max. Kind of keeping it short term, high volume, go to the cup. I think he's going to do the same thing with Sidney Crosby. If not 8.7, it's going to be like 10, 12 million a year. Okay. Josh has brought up some good things in our private chat. He just said Letang has a longer contract. Why didn't Josh just speak up and say that? Don't know why.
Well,
Josh is right here.
I didn't want to interrupt your flow. You were going.
You already did. You already did.
Well, with your ADD, it did, but it would have been okay to circle back to it eventually. But you just wanted.
I get it. But it's a
right
good
in.
podcast where you could just go, "Hold up, partner." Letang has a longer contract.
That is fair. Yeah.
So what's his contract? 3 years?
So you were talking Malkin. You're right. His expires at the end of the 2026 season. Letang has 2 more years. His expires at the end of the 2028 season.
So Sidney Crosby will sign a 3-year deal. Well, honestly, I could see that. And then Malkin has always been the odd man out, where it's been with contract negotiation. Because he's always been like toying with the fact that will he leave, will he not leave? Multiple times. Letang and Crosby have always been, I'm here for the long haul kind of deal. If Malkin does a 1-year deal after his contract ends up, I could see that. Sidney Crosby signed a 3-year deal.
Well, it would have to be a 4-year. It's 2028 that it expires.
I thought you said it's a 2 more years after this upcoming season.
No, 2 more after Malkin.
Timeout. So when does Malkin's contract end?
2026.
So not this upcoming season, the following season.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And then 2 more years after that is Letang. And splitting that difference is Carlson. So
wow.
It'll go Malkin, Carlson, Letang.
And Crosby, his contract ends after this season.
Correct. So technically it's Crosby, Malkin, Carlson, Letang.
Carlson, Letang. I don't think Carlson will be here longer than what his contract is.
That's fair.
I think, listen, do I love Carlson here? Yes. Do I see him as like a force in the Penguin future? Probably not.
Can I say something here?
Josh, say something wild. Speak to the people.
I could see that if his performance dips by the time his contract comes, he actually does stay a Penguin.
Wow. So this is going to be his retirement home is what you're saying.
Yes and no. I mean, it'll want to be his last team.
Right.
You know.
But you're saying if his play improves, he's like, see you, Pittsburgh.
He's going to go get another bag from someone. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is he's not going to be earning $11 million.
Well, how old will he
at the
end of his contract? Because
37.
he's done, Josh. We're lucky he'll sign a year contract after that, like a 1-year deal. Now,
possible.
what I'm saying is whether he ups his game or goes down in his game, most likely just because of age, right? Father time is better.
Who's the Giordano?
He retired this year.
No, he's still playing. He still wants to play. He's still listed as a free agent, meaning that he's not on the.
I thought he retired this year.
No.
Am I wrong?
No,
Mark
he didn't.
Giordano.
He's still listed as an unrestricted free agent.
Interesting. Maybe he'll join the Penguins because we love welcoming old guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's 40 years old.
Yeah, I know, Josh, but can Carlson, the fast, speedy defenseman, can he hold up until 37 years old?
But everyone changes their game eventually. If you ask Mark Giordano, which would be awesome for the pod, if his game is the same now than it was when he was even 37, he's going to say no. So
Right.
Everyone changes their game. So yeah,
I know, but what I'm
Carlson's
saying
not
is
going to be the same.
we don't know how long he wants to play either.
Correct.
This isn't about Carlson. It's about Sidney Crosby.
Very fair.
Carlson, regardless, his contract ends when?
2027. I clicked off of it now.
No, Josh. When?
To get
The people need to know.
2027, age 37.
Yeah, he's old. Now, that's if we keep him until 2027, folks. Well, anything can happen.
Yeah.
All right? We
I
could
like
deal
that,
him.
folks.
We could deal him, which I don't think would happen, but I'm just saying anything could happen. He's going to be 37. Will he be the same guy? Will he be better? Who knows? Crosby, he's 37 years old. Oh, gosh. Are we giving false information again, Josh?
No, I just wanted to say it there. But you're talking about 37 being old. Like
Crosby's 37.
Crosby's 37, and at the end of Chris Letang's contract, he's gonna be 41.
Listen,
what are we doing here? Just sign them all for 5 years. Just let them play until they're having a heart attack on the ice.
buy their house wherever they want to go in the future.
Yeah,
Because they're a Penguin for life. All right,
This
listen.
is stupid. What are we doing?
Yeah. And I'm sure Kyle Dubas has reached that point in probably the last couple of days where he's like, we got to sign Sid for like an 8-year deal. And someone goes, he's 37. Like, oh, what are we doing? Let's just sign him to like a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
And then people are like, what about Malkin? Like, how old is Malkin? Like, he's probably got to be like 30-something. Oh, yeah, he's done too.
What I'm saying is we don't want a Yager situation here where every year he's bouncing around a different team. Just
I hate that.
Give him a 10-year deal. Just
Give him a thank you bag and call it a day. And I think that's what Sidney Crosby's going to get in a great way because he's still a top 5 center in the NHL.
Yeah.
Not my words, the NHL's words. Top 5 center in the league. You got to give him a bag. Like, you have no choice. And Sidney Crosby has
he's
always
not going to be taking the league minimum.
Yeah, he's not taking 850 or 750,000. What's the league minimum?
I think the league minimum somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's around there. Don't get mad that we didn't know it. But Sid's gonna take, honestly, like I could see him signing either a year to year at 8.7, just because he's very superstitious, or he's just gonna throw that out the window and go, sign me for 3 years at 14 mil.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because I'm wondering, I know Crosby's quote is kind of saying that the holdup is the years. But I also wouldn't be surprised if the holdup is the money. Because
I think it's the money.
Yeah, I think so too. Because at the same time, if it was just 8.7, he'd be signed. We're good to go. It would be like, because Dubas would just say, okay, then you tell me the year. If we're going to just stay with the money at 8.7, you just tell me the year, we'll put it in the contract and we'll move on. But I think it's the money that's holding everything up here.
Well, because if you look at Elliot Friedman's report, Kyle Dubas literally just threw out like 8 and under the amount of years to Sid. So it's like 8-year deal? No. 7-year deal? No. 6? 5? 4? 3? You want to do 1-1? Yeah? No? Yeah? No? Yes? Question? No question?
Question.
I should buy a boat!
Corky Romano, go watch it.
Great movie. Anyway, but I feel like if that's what Elliot Friedman is saying, like Dubas is just throwing years at the Crosby camp, which is clearly they want to be a Penguin forever. I think that is on both sides agreed upon. That's why there's no rush. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was a doubt that Sid wasn't going to retire Penguin, he would already be re-signed. They would have already made it a priority to sign Sidney Crosby. Because don't forget, Mario's still a part of this organization, not a high person anymore, but he is still in the organization. I guarantee he goes, sign Sidney Crosby. Because he's a big proponent of being one guy, one team, the whole career. I'm sure he said, sign Sidney Crosby. If it came to that. That's why I have no problem thinking Sidney Crosby is going to retire a Penguin. Sidney Crosby is going to retire a Penguin. And it's about the money. Because, first of all, he has been very selfless on both massive contracts that he has signed for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, it's time for him to get his bag. The problem is doing the math per year, as I think that's what it is. Because he could obviously say, well, Leon Draisaitl just got $14 million a year and for 8 years. I want that. But obviously, Sid's not asking that because he's not going to be around for 8 more years. He knows that. We know that. So the question is like, Sid, I can't give you $14 million a year. Why don't we work something out? I'll give you 3 years, $10 million. Are you sending me a little message?
No.
Are you sending me a little message?
No.
Okay.
You're fine.
I thought a hold-up partner was coming. But, Sid, I think if you're doing the math, you sign Sid to a 3-year, what do you give him? 10? 12? Per year? Is that a little much for 3 years? Kinda. But it's Sidney Crosby. Top 5 center in the world.
That's the thing. That's the caveat for all of this.
I think that's what the holdup is. I think they're in a meeting going, 3 years, 10 mil, send it. And they go, we want more. And they're like, should we give him more? Because that's a lot of money. And I'm sure if I know Sidney Crosby and if I was his agent, I would put in a clause that he could retire and still get the money afterwards. So he could sign a 3-year deal and retire.
I think that's standard.
Is it?
I think let me double check.
I thought it wasn't standard. I thought that you had to put that in, just like a no movement clause. Regardless,
maybe.
I thought that was the case.
Aren't we still paying Jeff Carter?
Yeah. Now, not only that, he's on staff, baby. He's a coach now. He was on the ice with Andy Chiodo working on some plays as a coach.
Oh, maybe we're not. Okay, I do not see him on
the payroll.
On the payroll.
So I do believe, but his contract was up anyway, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. That's something I could be wrong about. Don't freak out. I could be wrong. But I thought his contract ended, and he left, which I thought was perfect.
Yeah.
Because I could have swore we signed him in the Hextall days a 2-year extension or something like that, or a year extension, and then
No, it was a 2
Dubas came in. It was a 2-year extension. He played the last season for Hextall. Dubas came in first year. Boom, boom, bang, bing, bang. He retired.
That makes sense.
But anyway, doesn't matter. Sidney Crosby, I feel like I would put in the clause of, if I retire, you still got to pay me. You still got to. It's a retirement clause. Someone who's done that is Roger Federer for a big one. He signed with a clothing brand.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was his endorsement contract.
Yes, with no, not endorsement. So when a tennis player signs with like a shirt, like an apparel company, they sign a contract, just like hockey players, basketball players, and just a normal contract. He put it in that even if he retires, you're still paying him like a player.
Yeah, that's still an endorsement, though. Doesn't matter.
I guess, but
Yeah,
it's very unique because usually when guys retire, they don't have that brand anymore. Yeah. It's done. So he signed a very long deal, and he was still going to get paid even if he retired. And in fact, he only was with Uniqlo for 2 years, and then he retired. And I'm pretty sure it was like a 10-year deal. So he's getting paid for doing nothing. Okay? And I think Sidney Crosby could be very similar to that. Obviously, he's not going to sign an 8-year deal and then retire after 3. But I think what he's going to do is get at least 2 to a 3-year deal now. And if he plays 2 years and goes, guess what? I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm going to retire. Well, he'll still get paid for that 3rd year.
It'll be interesting. I don't know. Not that I don't think that'll happen, but I would find it very hard to pull that off, just because with like team sports and cap, implications, that money's still going to have to come off the books somehow. So unless if like he signs like a crazy cheap deal, I don't see that happening. Just because, I mean, then that makes improving the team in general all that much more difficult, because then you still have to pay Crosby, who's no longer a part of your team, for on the ice aspect. But I don't know. But
yeah, it's gonna be wild.
I think we just start doing the one and one.
You say 1 year now. I say sign a 2-year extension and then go into the year to year.
Well,
because
I mean, if he signs anything right now, it's quote unquote an extension, because he still has another year in his contract.
Correct. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a 2-year extension. So because if you work it out
for 3 years,
bingo. And then if he wants to play after the 2 years after this season, then it could go 1 after that. But the problem is, for a 2-year deal, I just spit everywhere. A 2-year deal, how much do you give him? He's worth it. Don't get me wrong. Give him the bag. But what is the bag? And how is it not going to cripple us to go win a Stanley Cup? So that's what I think Kyle Dubas is doing is going about it. So, Josh, final thoughts. You're the GM. What's your deal? You got to be firm. Go ahead.
It's hard. Like you said, he's a very superstitious person. That is Sidney Crosby. And that's why he signed 12-year, $8.7 mil per year.
When they were offering 13 a year, which was or 12 a year. I think it was 12 a year, which was wild back then. Anyway, moving on.
I would give him a 1-year extension. So he would be locked in this year and the year after. Yeah. And he would earn 8.7 this year, and I would make the extension for 12 and a half.
That's big.
So, I mean, you think about it. I mean, I'll try to pull up the top contracts right now. But the thing is, with Draisaitl at 14,
Yeah.
12 and a half is what McDavid is making right now.
Right.
So,
But they're taking a pay cut for longevity.
Correct.
But now you're offering a shorter contract.
Yeah.
Do you give him more?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You give him more than what he's already making at 8.7. So that's why I'm saying 12 and a half. Because I think 12 and a half, it's still a sign of respect. It's a sign of thank you for all that you did. And also an expectation of what's to come. And that's why I don't think it'll be a long contract, because if you're going to keep signing them for, this type of money, there's a level of expectation with it. And Crosby's the type of guy where, yes, he likes the expectation, but if he doesn't meet up to that expectation, I'm sure he'll have no problem just saying, I'm done. Because I think that was one of his quotes too, early in the offseason, saying that, like, I'll play as long as I'm, producing. So if he doesn't see himself doing that within the next 2 years, why would he keep re-signing? So that's why I think it's a quote unquote 1 year extension, so that it's 2 years and 12 and a half, puts him top 5 AAV, and keeps him a Penguin and then we just have this conversation again down the road.
I get that. I am a little out in no man's land. I'm a little cuckoo. So here's what I would do for Sid.
Always.
as a thank you. 2-year extension, 15 mil. But that is knowing that he is going to retire at the end of his contract.
So you make him the highest paid per year.
Per year, you give it to him because he's earned this. Okay? And not only that, he will earn the 15 a year for the next 2 years, but that is only with an understanding that he is officially retiring in 28, 29. What's it?
20.
So he plays one more year. It'll be 2026 at the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
Then it's 2021.
27 is
28
2.
would be at the end of the year.
28 is 3.
So 29 is the end of the year for his third year?
No, 28.
No, because it's 2 years. Because they play over the new year. So it's 2024.
Yeah.
2025 will be the end of his first contract.
25, 26.
26 will be the second contract. Oh, yeah, 27, 28. If he signs a 2-year deal.
26, 27.
So it'll be 27.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Interesting. All right, so anyway, at the 2027, if he retires, that's only if he retires in the year 2027, give him the bag. That way he gets his due, right? That stamps the immortalness of Sidney Crosby. Everyone's happy. He's happy. He got paid. He'll retire in 2 years, right? Because all that. But that, once again, that's a lot of money for 2 years. But that's only if he's retiring. If he's not retiring, maybe 2 years at 7.5. Because it adds up to 87. Oh no, sorry. It adds up to 15 a year, which is 8 plus 7. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Superstition. 15 a year.
You're ridiculous.
Hey, he's all about superstitions. I got a calculator. 8.7, 8 plus 7, 15. That could be the 2 years. Plus, done. All right. Last remarks. Any additional thoughts?
No, I do not believe so.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing that I will say is, you know, just been looking at contracts currently, but also before leading up to this, is that,
Yeah.
there are performance bonuses. So, yeah, we're
That's
saying
true.
that, 12 and a half, 15, who knows? Who knows what's actually going to be hitting the cap, and who knows what's actually going to be his salary. So those are
That's true.
technically two things to keep an eye out on when it comes across. It may come out to be super huge, and everyone's like super confused, but it could be heavily performance based, and maybe that's where what we mean by when we say that's where the holdup is with the finances. Because
Maybe.
probably Dubas wants the cap hit to be super cheap, but
They want to
Crosby
slide some
wants his
cash
money.
under the table. Question: Do you give a bonus for hitting that point per game to beat Wayne Gretzky? Do you give him that bonus?
I have no idea.
Wow, Josh, thanks for the input. Guys, thanks so much for
That's just a hard thing to say. Like,
why? It's performance based. If you get
but
87,
I think it's
87.
82 points. Okay, that's true. 82 points. Then what's his bonus? What do you give him? 8.7 mil?
You get here's a franchise, dude.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's what I would do. That way it motivates him. That way he plays really well.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, all right. Well, who knows what's going to happen? A lot of reports say that he is going to re-sign first the report was saying he was going to resign this week.
Yeah.
Before the NHL media weekend or whatever you want to call it. But now he hasn't. So there's clearly a holdup. And we believe it's the money. Could be the years. Who knows? But I do believe that Sidney Crosby will retire a Penguin. We are going to get an extension with Sid. He ain't going anywhere. It's going to be really good. Josh, closing remarks.
No, this, the only thing is, hopefully you guys are watching this, but if you aren't watching it, then that means that Crosby did get a new extension before this came out.
Wow.
And we had to drop a reaction episode instead of dropping this one. So,
well, this one, so we are recording this, and this is going up on Friday, September 13th.
Yeah.
So if that happens in, 48 hours? I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it'll happen like Monday or something. What was that?
Hopefully.
September, that's 14th, 15th, 16th. So September 16th. September 16th.
Nice. I was actually just going a week from today and then just doing the math.
No.
But
count.
I like it.
Boom, boom. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. We appreciate it. We have tons more episodes on our YouTube, The Penguins Collective. Make sure you go there, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can also find our audio podcast wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can find us on social media, all the social medias, at Pens Collective. And you can join our Discord. It's Discord/The Penguins Collective. Yeah, we're everywhere. We got eyes everywhere. Also,
plugging is perfect right now.
Boom, bang, boom. Also, I stream video games under the TPC umbrella. TPC Gaming. I don't have a schedule. I just stream when I want to. If you want to hang out, go to Discord. Oh,
Yeah.
whoop.
No, but for real, go to Discord.
Go to
That's
Discord.
when he announces when he's going to do it. So
That is true. So nice save. But go to Twitch at Pens Collective. Same social media handles, all the other ones. You'll hit that notification. We'll go live. Come hang out. It's a great time. Been playing a lot of Call of Duty. Getting ready for that Black Ops 6, Josh. It's going to be fun. Josh doesn't play video games anymore because he's a loser. All right? But anyway.
No, I do. I'm just not as skilled in the shooters anymore.
A dad now.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I play Madden. You give me one game, and then I go to bed. Easy
Got no
peasy.
kids. So, staying up late playing games. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Crosby will be a Penguin forever. Josh, as always,
Let's go Pens.